Making the Invisible Visible, Black Women 365 Days of the Year. Each day will spotlight a remarkable woman whose story has shaped Black, British or global diasporic history. Women whose achievements are too often overlooked. Through these daily short films, we create a living, breathing archive of leadership, creativity, resistance and legacy. Let's begin.
So my name is Delia Barker. I am currently the CEO of Brixton House, which is a new theatre, only 4 years old, in Brixton, South London. My other cultural sector roles are I am chair of Phoenix Dance Company, which is a contemporary dance company in Leeds, and I'm also a governor at the Royal Ballet School. On a day-to-day basis, as CEO of a venue, I could be doing anything. My work moves me from being in high-level strategic conversations around activity, around planning, around our programme, and it can be right across to what's happening with the pavement outside our building. It's really important to me that in my job and in my sort of daily practice, if you like, what I am doing is trying to be the most authentic version of myself that I can be. And that's much easier said than done, because you can, or one can sometimes be in spaces where you feel you have to be a certain person or a certain way, or act a certain way or speak in a certain way. And it's taken me a very long time to understand for myself that that's okay for me to be me. So I try to hold space for that in the work that I do. Back to that authenticity piece, I was at an American Embassy event. We were celebrating a black dance company coming to the UK from America. It was all very full of dignitaries and very important people. And the speech was being given by Hilary Carty, who was then the director of dance at Arts Council England. And I remember that Hilary was giving this opening speech, and in the middle of this speech, Hilary spoke in Jamaican patois. And it was such a shock to me, because she's a person that I love and I revere, and I'm very proud to call her a friend. But to see that true authenticity, because it did nothing to distract from her power and her professionalism, and what it did is it brought her very authentic self into the space. And that was my first real, actually in this current role, in my life, in my profession, in my capacity, I can be me. It was an amazing moment for me, and again, that always sticks with me. I think what I would like more people, if I had my way, to recognise about me is that I've had to be brave for a very long time, and when I say brave, I think that I am potentially more of an introvert than an extrovert. It may look like things come easily to me, that it's easy to lead, or it's easy to speak in public, or it's easy to be the eldest child even. They're not easy. I do have to make an internal effort. I do have to reflect a lot on how I am and how I'm being, and what it's going to require of me to do this thing. And that if I had my way, I would run to the back of the room. So I try to have this kind of dual conversation with myself about not running to the back of the room and being brave. So if there's one thing I wish people had more of an inkling about, is that this is not a natural space for me, and it's not a natural thing to do. It does take bravery, but if I can be brave, then other people can be brave. When work is challenging, I remind myself that I can only do what I can do. I am doing my best. I am a reflector, so I will be honest with myself when I haven't done my best. But I know pretty much I'm not turning up to work to not do well. That no one's given me a challenge necessarily on purpose. It is the work we do. But there are other places where I can find joy. If work is not joyous today, then a conversation with my friend is joyous. If my friends are not joyous today, then a film I watch might be joyous. If that doesn't work, I've got a new grandson and he gives me joy. So I think joy is where you look for it, and joy is when you make the intention to find it. My motivation comes from my friends, They're always very proud of me. They keep me going. They make me feel like I'm doing something important in the world. And I have a really, really strong network of peers for whom to each other, we are a support network. So I feel really blessed that I can be motivated in this way.
Thank you for joining us for today's story. Making the Invisible Visible is our commitment to ensuring that Black women's histories and contributions are recognised, valued and kept in daily circulation. Across 2026, we will continue to share these powerful narratives, 365 days of impact, brilliance and inspiration. Stay connected, join the conversation and help us champion the women whose journeys continue to shape our world. I'm Paulette Brooks and I'm looking forward to seeing you tomorrow for the next story.